Aloha, it's Kiana Cayabyab, and here are today's top Hawaii headlines from the editors at the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Also, mahalo to Long's Drugs Hawaii for sponsoring the show. Head on over to your neighborhood Long's Drugs for all your shopping needs. Honolulu police today released surveillance video and photos of the man they suspect of critically injuring a 25-year-old woman by throwing a chemical liquid on her near Ala Moana Center. Investigators say anyone who recognizes the man or has any information about the attack should call police. The attack happened on Tuesday night outside a Planet Fitness gym, and the chemical burned the woman's skin and clothes. HPD Lieutenant Dina Thames told reporters that detectives are not sure if the attack was random or not. Thames said the woman was unconscious when she was taken to an emergency room in critical condition. The assailant was seen fleeing on foot toward Kapi'olani Boulevard after the attack. He is described as a man in his 20s, about 5 feet 8 inches, 160 to 180 pounds with a medium build, and was wearing a black hooded jacket, camouflage pants, and a white face mask at the time of the attack. He was later seen shirtless with a black backpack riding a bicycle from Kona Street onto Keaumoku Street toward the Hawaii Convention Center. The leaders of Honolulu's emergency agencies are being praised for helping revive a man who suffered cardiac arrest at a Honolulu City Council hearing. Honolulu Emergency Services Department Director Jim Ireland, Honolulu Fire Chief Sheldon Howe, and HPD Deputy Chief Rade Vanek were attending the hearing when Hawaii Community Development Authority Chairperson Brian Lee became unresponsive. Lee was testifying before the City Council Wednesday afternoon when Vanek noticed that he was having a medical episode. Vanek alerted Ireland and Howe, and they jumped to the aid of Lee, who had become unconscious and stopped breathing. Vanek grabbed the Honolulu Hale defibrillator. Ireland shocked Lee once, and Howe performed CPR. Lee regained consciousness and began to speak after 5 minutes of CPR. Paramedics arrived and took over medical treatment and took Lee to an emergency room in serious condition. Honolulu Mayor Rick Blangiardi thanked the emergency agency leaders for their unparalleled courage and swift action. The federal judge presiding over the upcoming bribery trial against Honolulu's former top prosecutor unexpectedly recused himself from the case. U.S. District Judge J. Michael Seabright issued an order Wednesday rescuing himself in the case against former Honolulu prosecuting attorney Keith Kaneshiro. Seabright's order does not explain his recusal. Jury selection was scheduled to begin next month in one of Hawaii's most anticipated criminal trials. Seabright has presided over the case since a U.S. grand jury indicted Kaneshiro and 4 others in 2022. The indictments allege that employees of an engineering and architectural firm bribed the prosecutor with campaign donations in exchange for Kaneshiro's prosecution of a former company employee. The case against the former employee was dismissed in 2017. Kaneshiro took a leave of absence as Honolulu's prosecuting attorney in March 2019 after he became the target of a federal investigation, and he did not run for re-election in 2020. A Japanese court sentenced a man to death today after finding him guilty of murder and other crimes for carrying out an arson attack on an anime studio in Kyoto that killed 36 people. The Kyoto District Court said it found the defendant, Shinji Aoba, mentally capable of facing punishment for his crimes and announced a sentence of capital punishment. Aoba stormed into Kyoto Animation Studio on July 18, 2019 and set it on fire. Many of the victims were believed to have died of carbon monoxide poisoning. More than 30 other people were badly burned or injured. The judge said Aoba had wanted to be a novelist but was unsuccessful, and so he sought revenge, thinking that Kyoto Animation had stolen novels he submitted to the company. The court said in its ruling that Aoba had premeditated the crime and was mentally capable. His defense lawyers had argued that he was mentally unfit to be held criminally responsible. Aoba was severely burned and was hospitalized for 10 months before his arrest in May 2020. He appeared in court today in a wheelchair. Finally, a high surf advisory remains in place today for most north and west Hawaiian shores due to a west-northwest swell. The advisory is in effect through 6 a.m. Friday. The National Weather Service says a fresh pulse swell will boost surf up to 22 feet on most north shores and 18 feet on most west shores today. The west shores of Hawaii Island will see surf of up to 10 feet, and forecasters said breaking waves and strong currents will make swimming dangerous at affected shores. A high wind warning remains in place through 6 p.m. today for Big Island summits due to west winds of 40 to 60 miles per hour and gusts over 75 miles per hour. For more on these stories and all the latest headlines, subscribe to the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Visit Hawaii's top source for breaking news online at staradvertiser.com and download the Star-Advertiser mobile app. Mahalo, have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.